Number 2, Luis Gonzalez. Ryan Burke, Buffalo Kingsman. Number 29, Captain Buck Valley.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gartland, Mass Communication major at Wright State University. I had the opportunity to attend a Dayton Dragons game on Wednesday, May 20th, where they played the Great Lakes Loons. The Dragons were unfortunately defeated by the Loons 7-1. Before the game, the Dragons had a few special guests from the Cincinnati Reds helping out the team. Tom Browning is the pitching coach for the Dragons and former left-hand pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds and Kansas City Royals. Eric Davis, former center fielder for the Reds and a few other MLB teams, was assisting the Dragons with baseball advice. Ryan Jackson, another former Reds player, was out on the field before the game as well. But perhaps the most notable former player in attendance was Hall of Famer and former shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds, Barry Larkin. Barry was an extremely influential player in baseball history and one of the most crucial players on the 1990s Reds World Series championship team. Barry spoke with local press about his effect on the team.
I just felt it was time, kind of where the things were going for me as far as TV was concerned.
Yeah.
I just felt like, now was a good time for me to kind of get back into this on a more impactful, if you will, kind of situation. So, I've done it. I've been in spring training with these guys. Like I said, in the off-season, I always work with players. We have a whole contingency of players that come to Orlando and work out with us. I've worked with some All-Star players, some Gold Glove players. I've worked with some guys that are in AAA that are going to be called up this year. Some guys that are going to make impactful play in Cleveland. In the off-season, I work with a lot of players. I do a lot of player development stuff down in Florida. It's kind of tough during the year. These guys are trying to compete and trying to obviously move up the ranks and make it to the big leagues. And in the off-season, we pretty much can break guys down. And we hate to break a guy down right now because he's got to go out there and try to compete, build his career. So it's a fine line. It's a little different during the season than it is in the off-season, but certainly is a bachelor.
Barry also expressed his distaste in becoming a major league manager.
At this point, no. The end goal is, end of the day, hopefully these players are better players, and that's what it is for me. And the player development part is definitely a passion of mine, and the payback is certainly seeing a smile of a guy that has figured it out or that has some success. The last couple of games we've been here, the team has been swinging the bat pretty well. And, to see the guys, just kind of look at me and wink like, you saw that, right? What's really special is to see, we come out here early and to see the introduction of a new kind of thought process, not necessarily anything new from an XO standpoint, but just from a mentality standpoint, an approach standpoint. And to see those guys take that, implement it, put it in the game, apply it in the game, and have success with it. That's happened over the last couple of days with a couple of different guys, and to see them walk down the bench, and Eric and I are sitting over there, and see them just kind of look over at us and smile, or see that.
Overall, Barry's aim at stopping by the field is to help shape the players and give them the tools they need to succeed. Be sure to check out a Dragons game this summer. Their schedule can be found at www.daytondragons.com. And that's all the time I have for today's podcast. Thank you for listening.